Have you ever spent 3 hours cramming for a test only to forget half of it the next day? Yeah, that was literally me in high school. I'd sit there staring at my textbook like it owed me something, thinking, why can't I just remember this stuff? And here's the kicker, most people think memorization is just about working harder. But what if I told you working harder is the worst strategy? My name is Harry, and I spend way too much time thinking about how students waste money, time, and brain power on methods that don't actually work. If you're someone who procrastinates until 2 a.m., pulls all-nighters, and still forgets what you studied, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helped you out. Here's the thing. Most people assume that memory is just something you're born with. You either have a photographic memory or you don't, right? Wrong. Science shows that memory is a skill, and the way you structure your learning changes everything. For example, a study by the Journal of Educational Psychology found that spaced repetition, basically reviewing material at specific intervals, can improve memory retention by over 200% compared to cramming. Now, let's put that in dollars for a second. Imagine you're paying $100 for a prep course. If you cram and forget 50% of the material, that's like wasting $50. But if you use the right memorization tricks and retain 90%, that's $90 of value for the same $100. That's the power of memory efficiency. It's literally ROI on your brain. The Japanese student tricks. This is where it gets really interesting. Japanese students are obsessed with memory efficiency, and they're not working longer hours than the average student. They're working smarter. Here are 3 tricks you can start using in just 10 minutes a day. Chunking. Instead of memorizing numbers or facts one by one, group them into meaningful chunks. Think of your brain like a bank account. Storing one $1 coin isn't efficient, but bundling it into a $20 note makes it easier to manage. For instance, memorizing the number 149-217-8390 becomes way easier if you break it into 1492, 1789-30. Historical dates are chunks your brain already recognizes. The 10-minute recall drill. Spend exactly 10 minutes recalling information without looking. Japanese students do this after every lesson. The key is to actively recall, not just read notes. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain strengthens memory when it struggles to remember. Struggle equals growth. Visual anchors turn abstract concepts into vivid images. For example, to remember mitochondria, imagine a tiny power plant inside a cell, complete with smokestacks and flashing lights. It sounds silly, but when tested, students remember visualized information up to 65% better than plain text. Why it works. Now you might be thinking, Harry, I've tried memory tricks before and they don't stick. Look, that's because most people forget the psychology behind memory. Your brain stores information in networks, not isolated facts. The more connections you create through chunks, active recall, and visual anchors, the stronger the memory. It's literally like compounding interest in your savings account. You don't just save $10 once, you let it grow over time. Memory works the same way. Here's the 10-minute routine you can start today. Pick one chapter of your textbook or one lecture. Break it into chunks of 3 to 5 key points. Spend 5 minutes recalling the chunks out loud without looking. Spend 3 minutes turning key points into mental images. Spend the last 2 minutes testing yourself on the entire chapter. Do this consistently and your retention will explode. Japanese students swear by this method. It's efficient, fast, and surprisingly fun once you see results. Here's a personal story. I used to spend hours highlighting every single sentence in my notes. Total waste. Then I tried this 10-minute approach. I remember my first test after using it. I scored 20% higher, studying half the time. That's when it clicked. Effort doesn't equal results, strategy does. So if you want to stop wasting time, stop cramming, and actually remember what you study, start with these 10-minute tricks. Your future self and your GPA will thank you. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something, and comment below. Which trick are you going to try first? Trust me, once you start, you'll never look at studying the same way again.